Part of the objectives of the course is to cut through all of the jargon. Now, a lot of students have said to me, why do we have all these terms in economics that don't make sense, that overlap with terms out in society which means completely different things? Well, part of becoming part of a discipline is that you learn this language, and it can become a barrier to entry, a barrier to understanding. And so what we're trying to do in some of these segments is cut through all of that and make them as simple as possible, but not apologising for the fact that the language is important and the distinctions we're making are very important to developing your economic literacy. So here's a nice river, and it's flowing by under a bridge or wherever. And we call this a flow, and the defining characteristic of it is that we measure the cubic volume of water flowing under a bridge, for example, over a period of time. Now, in economics, we have flows of currency. So households consume. So when you go to the supermarket and pay the checkout operator, increasingly these days you just pay a machine. But you're paying money for your goods. That's consumption flow. And business firms invest in plant and machinery and technology. That's called an investment flow. And governments spending on health and education and the things that governments do is a flow of spending into the economy. And when we put things on boats and send them abroad as our exports, that's a flow of export spending coming back to us. The goods go to them, the spending comes back to us. And similarly, when imports come in, we're buying foreign cars and computers and telephones and what have you. That's a flow of spending that leaves the economy. And when you get your paycheck, that's a flow of income coming to you. And it's specified in terms of so many dollars per month or so many yen per year, whatever, they're flows. Now here's a reservoir or a dam, depending where you live. And that's what we call a stock, because the defining characteristic of it is that we measure that volume of water at a point in time, not over a period of time as we do a flow. And sort of the things we talk about in economics as stocks are wealth, so money you've got stashed away in your piggy bank. Any debt that you hold or that government holds, that's a stock of debt. We measure it, I owe X number of dollars at this point in time. When we talk about the labour market, total employment or total unemployment is a stock measure because we calculate how many people are in jobs at the end of a month, not through the month. Now, stocks also are fed by flows. So imagine you're sitting in a bath and you turn the tap on, the faucet, and a flow of water goes into the bath and steadily builds up as long as you keep the flow of water going in. And the stock of water in the bath rises, and when you turn the bath tap off, the stock stabilises at whatever your desired bath level is. Now then, if you turn off the tap and open the drain at the end of your bath, the water starts to flow out and the stock of water starts to get lower and lower until finally you've drained all the water out. And so the important point in economics is that flows feed into stocks, and that we have to understand that linkage and the implications of that. And we'll reveal that as we go, but it's very important to be able to distinguish between those two concepts.